joining me today. I will be flowing my bonnet this morning because that's just how the cookie crumbled. But whenever you are ready, you can go ahead and meet me on your mat in a standing position. Take your time getting there this morning. Thank you for getting up, getting your body up on your mat. That's enough to be grateful for. And whenever you are here on your mat, I invite you to plant the soles of your feet deeply into the earth. All four corners of your feet pressed into the mat, toes spread, arms relaxed at your sides, palms facing the front of the room slightly. Shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Tongue released from the roof of your mouth. Gauging how your body feels this morning. Just noticing if you're carrying any tension, if any thoughts are lingering in your mind. Just getting a sense of how you're showing up today. And excuse my voice, I'm losing it a little bit, but just bear with me through this practice today. Noticing any sensations in your abdomen. Maybe noticing your belly expanding and your belly contracting as you inhale and exhale. Maybe noticing your heartbeat through your chest. Maybe you feel it in your pulse. Just connecting to your physical body, signaling to the body that you're here and you're ready to work. I invite you to take a deep inhale through your nose, lifting your arms up overhead, gazing at your fingertips. Exhale, bring your arms back down to your sides. Inhaling, raising your hands up overhead, gaze up. Exhaling, lowering your arms to your sides. Deep exhale out the mouth. One more inhale through the nose, gazing up. Exhaling, hands back at your sides. Noticing how you feel after we did some slight arm movements, some light breathing. Go ahead and take a deep inhale through your nose, extending your hands up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, bringing your hands to touch the mat or down to your calves, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back, extending through the spine. Body at a right degree angle. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, lifting all the way up, pressing through the soles of your feet, hands extended over your head, gaze up. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. We'll just do one more sun breath. Inhaling through the nose, lifting your hands up overhead, gazing up. Exhaling, forward fold, extending from through your hips, maybe grazing the floor or your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back, gazing ahead slightly, body at a right degree angle. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up, root to rise, hands extended overhead, gaze up. Exhaling, hands at heart center. That feels good. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but that little warm up is already starting to get my body going, getting my mind flowing. So how about we wake our bodies up this morning a little bit? It is Tuesday. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of action, energy, aggression. So let's pick up the pace a little bit and really get flowing. I invite you to jog in place a little bit, just moving your arms, keeping your elbows pressed against your body, pedaling your feet, Just getting your blood flowing, moving your body. You can even twist your hips a little bit, activating your sacral chakra. Getting a little movement in, feeling comfortable with your body. Nobody's here to judge you. And if they are, their judgment doesn't matter. Go ahead and plant your feet back into the mat and just swing your arms back and forth, waking up the side body. And you can even put your hands into fists and hit on this part of your back and this part of your back to activate the cortisol in your kidney. Releasing cortisol in your body to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, getting you feeling relaxed and ready to work. So just go ahead and activate those adrenal glands. Paying attention to our physical body today. It's our vessel and it deserves so much love, the most love, unconditional love from ourselves and from the source. Go ahead and wrap your arms around your body as you swing them, giving yourself big hugs, extending love to yourself this morning. And from here, I invite you to spread your legs a little bit farther than hip width distance apart. Extend your both hands up overhead. Exhale, bend forward into a wide-legged forward fold pose. Maybe your fingertips are planted into the mat. Maybe walk your fingertips or the palms of your hands slightly forward, extending from the hips, feeling a nice stretch in your legs. You can move your hips in circles just to feel some deeper sensations in the body. If you're moving in one direction, I invite you to reverse directions to even the body out. And if you're feeling pretty flexible this morning, by the way, you can have your toes pointed towards the long edge of your mat or the short edge of your mat based on which way you're facing. And if you're feeling super flexible, you can go ahead and widen your stance a little bit and try to bring your forearms down to the mat. If you can't bring your forearms all the way down, just press your palms into the mat, lowering the crown of your head towards the earth. Arms in a chaturanga position, fingers spread wide on the mat. Soles of the feet pressed into the mat, giving you some support here. On your next inhale, raise up slightly, fingertips grazing the mat, gaze up, flat back, extending all the way from your tailbone all the way out through the crown of your head, pelvic floor tilted forward. Exhale, lowering back down, palms flat on the mat, bringing the crown of your head down to the earth. Inhaling, lifting up, fingertips grazing the top edge of your mat, or grazing your mat, gazing up slightly, squeezing your shoulder blades together, feeling a nice chest opener. Exhaling, releasing down to the mat, bringing the top of your head down to the earth, palms pressed into the earth. Feeling that support of the earth beneath you. We'll do this a couple more breaths. Inhaling up, extending from your tailbone all the way out through the crown of your head. Fingertips grazing the mat, gaze up. Exhaling, bending your arms into a chaturanga position, hands flat on the mat, crown pointed towards the earth. Inhaling all the way up, extending your hands up overhead, legs still in a wide-legged stance, gazing up at your fingertips. Exhaling, just bringing your hands down to your sides. Maybe bringing your hands to a prayer position behind your back, lowering that fist down to the earth, squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening your chest up to the sky, gazing up. And if you want, I invite you to start to lift that clamped hand position up to the sky, bending forward, extending through the hips, bringing your crown to point towards the earth, bringing your arms up over your head, gazing at the back of the room. Remembering to breathe, feeling the sensations in your body, noticing what feels good, what doesn't feel good. Lowering your hands back down to the mat. Scoot your feet close together, hip width distance apart. Lift up one vertebrae at a time. Hands extend overhead, gaze up at your fingertips. Exhaling, hands at heart center. Taking a moment to notice how you feel in your body. Connecting to the breath. Throughout this practice, I invite you to practice Ujjayi breathing. And to do that is as if you're fogging up a mirror. So, you know, if you had a mirror in front of your face, you would do, and that would fog the mirror up. But rather than doing it with your mouth open, Ujjayi breathing practices that mechanism with your mouth closed. So you're linking your breath to your body, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose. And you hear that noise as if you're fogging up a mirror, and you're practicing that same sensation, only you're doing it with your mouth closed. Practicing Ujjayi breathing develops the mind-body connection and just brings you closer to yourself and to source. So, would recommend it throughout this practice. It keeps you internally focused, and I enjoy it throughout my flow. It's a good practice to pick up and no pressure. So we're gonna do one set of sun salutations, then we'll move in, or classical salutations. We'll move into sun sal A's, and then we'll hop into a flow. And I'm gonna pick up the music a little bit just because it's Mars Day, and I wanna get us active today. Get us connected to planetal celestial energy. Wherever you're at, if you want, you can meet me or you can sit in an easy pose, just getting acclimated with your space. You could also sit in child's pose, connecting to your body, connecting to your breath, maybe practicing that Ujjayi breathing I mentioned before.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage.
Getting your mind prepared for this practice.
I'm only paying $52 a month.
Getting your body and your mind in alignment.
Lower prices,
Practicing gratitude, expressing love for yourself for even showing up today.
Friends would walk up to me and just be like, what?
This is a big win, guys.
And I would just tell them, it's mud.
This isn't very upbeat, but we're gonna go with it. It works for me. All right, so go ahead and bring yourself to the top edge of your mat. Feet hip width distance apart, making sure you have enough space to move your arms freely. Let me turn it down just a little bit. Toes pointed towards the top edge of your mat, taking a deep inhale, extending your arms up overhead, gaze up at your fingertips. Taking a slight back bend, maybe activating that Kali Mudra. Kali Mudra is having your fingers interlaced, pointer fingers and thumbs pointing out, so it's like your Charlie's Angels. Trigger warning, my bad. Anyway, back to the flow. Inhaling your hands up overhead, interlocking that Kali Mudra, taking a slight back bend. Exhaling, forward fold. Plant your hands into the mat, step your right foot back, lower your right knee down to the mat. Chin and chest up to the sky, gaze up, feeling air flowing through your chest. Plant your hands into the mat, step your left foot to meet your right into a high plank position. Shoulders should be stacked over elbows, elbows stacked over wrists. Moving through our Surya Namaskar, a lower your knees down to the mat, followed by your chest, followed by your chin. Elbows tucked in your sides. Inhaling into your heart opener, your cobra. Tops of your feet pressing into the mat. Pelvis pressed into the mat as well. Chin and chest up to the sky. Gaze up. On your next inhale, tuck your toes underneath, lifting your sit bones and hips up in the sky to your first downward facing dog of your practice. Palms of the hands pressed into the earth, supporting you. Arms extended. You can gaze at your knees, your shins, your thighs, whatever works for your neck. Go ahead and pedal out your feet if that feels good. Maybe wagging your tail, walking your dog. Getting your body ready for a beautiful day today. On your next inhale, step your right foot towards your right hand. Lower your left knee down to the mat, chin and chest up to the sky, gaze up. Bring your left foot to meet your right at the top edge of your mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up, hands overhead, interlocking that Kali Mudra, taking a slight back bend, gaze up. Exhaling, hands at heart center. Inhaling your hands up, gaze up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands into the mat, step your left foot back, lower your left knee down to the mat, chin and chest up to the sky, gaze up. Bring your right foot to meet your left into a high plank position. Moving through your Surya Namaskar A, lowering your knees, chest, chin down to the mat, elbows tucked into your sides. Inhaling into your cobra, tops of the feet flat on the mat, chin and chest up to the sky, gaze up. From here, lowering your chin back down to the mat. Slowly. Inhaling, lifting into your cobra, pressing your pelvis into the mat. Exhaling, lowering your chin back down to the mat. One more. Inhaling, waking up your chest, waking up your spine, gazing up. Exhaling, lowering back down. On your next inhale, curling your toes underneath, pressing to the palms of your hands, lifting your sit bones and hips up into the air, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Go ahead and pedal your feet if you feel the need. Wag your tail, walk your dog. And if this is ever uncomfortable for you, remember you can always return to a child's pose, knees into the mat, sitting on your heels, arms extended forward. Maybe your forehead touches the mat. You can have your knees extended to the wide edges of your mat, whatever feels good for you today. Wherever you're at, go ahead and meet me in a downward facing dog. Gaze in between your fingertips. Step your left foot to meet your left hand. Lower your right knee down to the mat, chin and chest up to the sky, gaze up. Bring your right foot to meet your left at the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up, root to rise, hands extend overhead, taking a slight back bend, gaze up. Exhaling, hands at heart center. Okay, noticing how your body feels after a few classical salutations. I'm feeling a little more invigorated. I don't know about y'all, but I feel good. So I meant to do this at the beginning of the practice, but this is really not a wrong time to do it. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Let's go ahead, and if you feel guided to, you can set an intention for this practice. Bringing your hands to heart center, wherever you're at. You can be standing or seated. Maybe setting the intention of having a productive day or healing for yourself or your family, whether it be mental, physical, or emotional. Shelter for the homeless, food for the hungry. Whatever feels good and right for you right now, set that intention for yourself. I'm setting the intention of productivity, confidence, happiness, and drive today. And groundedness and yin energy. Once you have that intention set, take a deep inhale through your nose to set it. Exhale, send it out to the universe. Knowing that you are heard in your intentions, you're never alone. You never go unheard, even if it feels like it. From here, we'll go ahead and jump into our Sun Sal A's, bringing yourself to the top of your mat, feet hip-width distance apart, all 4 corners of your feet pressed into the earth, toes spread, pelvic floor